Shalom, Malcolm, Wagwathiam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakodash. I'd like to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do teach one, man. You know, right here I got this video pulled up, man. You know, the title says E is the cancer of the earth, man. And you know, E in this video, you know, they're talking about the so-called white race, which they go back to Esau, Edom, you know, the Edomites of the Bible, man. You know, I'm going to go ahead and play this and then bring out some precepts regarding Esau, Edom.
Broke the earth. White people. Not all of you individually, but the systems you built, the empires you enforced, the profit you prioritized over life. You broke the earth. You didn't just show up and settle. You came with guns, greed, and God. You took land that wasn't yours, spilled blood on sacred ground, and called it destiny. You clear-cut forests, enslaved people, dug holes in the earth for gold, turned the sky into a smokestack, and renamed the destruction growth. You made the land yours by force. You made water something to sell. You made civilization mean white skin, private property, and concrete. You told the world that nature was wild, that people who honored it were savages, and that domination was salvation. And when the earth cried out, when her lungs burned and her rivers turned black, you didn't stop. You invented new ways to profit from collapse. Now you want to fix it? Now you want to lead the way? No, you are not the solution. You are the crisis. But this story doesn't end with you, because the earth is not dead, not defeated. It is wounded, but it remembers. It remembers those who loved it before you fenced it off, and mined its soul. It remembers the songs sung to rivers, the hands that planted with gratitude, the fire keepers, the medicine carriers, the people who knew the earth was not a thing, but a living relative. We remember too. We remember that your empires are fragile, that your borders are fake, that your wealth is stolen, and that your time is running out. The earth can be healed, but not by white saviors, not by carbon offsets, not by policies written in boardrooms. Healing will come through justice, through land back, through reparations, through abolition, through the return of what was stolen, and the dismantling of what never should have existed. The earth isn't dying, it's remembering. And it will only heal when white power ends. Cope. Cope. People.
You know, as you see in that video, man, you know, these nations, you know, are waking up, you know, to this devil's, you know, schemes and things, man. The way he rules empires, societies, and the way he fucks shit up, man. You know, gotta say it how it is, man. You know, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2, in the KJV. And it reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You know, when you see we don't have righteous figures of authority in places of power, man. You know, the only, you know, people in power are the Edomites, the so-called white men. You know, the elites of Esau, Edom, man, the Amalekites, you know, they have this world upside down, man. Get this precept. We'll go back to this and I'll go back to that. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And, as we see, we have a lot of people. Let me just search this up. We have a lot of people, talking against Esau Edom's, system, man. Waking up to how evil this man is, man. Waking up to what his real agenda is, man. He kills the food. He kills the earth. He kills the water supply. And, hey, this is his agenda, man. He wants to kill off as many people as he can, man. But it says right here, AI data centers require immense volumes of water for facility cooling. A large hyperscale AI facility can consume up to 5 million gallons of fresh water daily, equivalent to a city of up to 50,000 people. While a drop in the bucket nationally, these heavy local draws strain municipal water supplies, man. And these things are affecting the reservoirs, man. Let me get this real quick. It's not searching it up. But anyways, right here, it says how they affect water supplies. Depleting reservoirs and aquifers, data centers act like giant soda straws, drawing down vulnerable regional aquifers and large surface reservoirs such as the Colorado River during mega droughts. And that's the spirit, man. I live right by the Colorado River, man. And we're seeing a depletion of water here in the Southwest, man. In Arizona, that's where I'm at right now. It says local community impact. Facilities built in rural or drought-stricken areas, including regions in California and the Southwest, can lead to falling groundwater tables and drying residential wells. Because we know these aquifers are on the ground, man. And Esau Edom, this is all his plan, though, man. Let's see. Ecosystem stress. It says right here, discharging warm water back into the environment or returning it with concentrated salts and chemicals from the cooling process can negatively alter local aquatic ecosystems, man. He's killing off the fish, man. Let me do this search, man. If it'll pop up. Con. Nearly 100% of the fish population died at Arizona's San Carlos Lake, forcing the popular reservoir to close indefinitely. The mass die-off was caused by critical low water levels from ongoing drought and mandatory water releases from the Coolidge Dam, which severely depleted the lake's dissolved oxygen. Man, this is all due to Esau Edom's, his data centers, man. Oh, crap. Let me go. Salakia. Righteous decree. Salakia, bear with me. Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, man. And these decrees are, the laws that Esau Edom is changing, man. These people aren't in Salaki. These people are talking about Esau Edom. These people want to kill off this ecosystem, man. Salaki, it's a time to, freaking trying to get me my train of thought off track, man. But these people don't want the betterment for humanity, man, as people would like to say. They want, their digital all system, to be in place so people can go to them. This is their plan, man. Cut off the system of the land, the food, the water, and everything that's natural, that comes from the earth, man. They want to kill it off, so when a shit hits the fan, people have no choice but to go to them, man. That's why we need Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, because Esau Edom's going to come with this proposal when people have nothing to eat, nowhere to sleep, no cold water, no hot water to shower with, no water to drink with. This is his plan, man. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16, and it reads, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. That's why this devil is mad, man. Let me get this real quick too, man. It's just a matter of time before Esau Edom, comes down showing his horns, man, showing you that he is the devil, that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, in his physical form. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. It's like, let me read from the top. Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, man. He knows Jake got next, man. So he's trying to take as many people as he can with him. Like a madman that he is, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau, which is the so-called white race, is the end of the world. World in this is just going to the end of an age, man. To the end of his rulership. To the end of his queendom on earth, man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. You Israelites. Starting with the 144,000, judges, man. This world knows who Esau Edom is, man. People are waking up to who this devil is, man. These people are mourning right now, man, because of this devil and rulership. But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters will edify. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakwadash, Shalom Akyam, Wa'akwathyam, Abba.